And I want to thank you for all of us band parents for restoring our program. It's something we absolutely love. Thank you.
Mrs. Fitzgerald, you were talking about the district band festival.
Yes, I am.
Thank you.
I've asked to come up to speak again because I just heard something that greatly upset me. I was a member of the Freehold Borough High School's Principal Advisory Committee last year, where you brought in people to speak rather than everybody coming here. And we were told, because I brought up, my daughter was a graduate of Folsom High School, along with the Learning Center. My son is a member of the Computer Science Academy at the borough, so I've had children in specialized programs at both schools. We were told that there would be no classes with 8, 10, 12 children again, because last year my son had to split an honors and regular physics class in the same class because there were 13 honor students and they would not run a class for them. That was before the budget cuts. This year, they did not allow an AP physics class, and as a computer science student, physics is the science that he requires. He went to bat, and we finally were told that he would be able to be in the AP physics offered only to the med science students. However, it conflicted with computer science, so there is no AP class. And now I'm hearing that once again, Folsom has a class for 12 students. He's in AP calculus with 37 students. If you split that class, you have 18 and 17. We're not allowed to do that. They had no chairs on that first day of school. And I don't want to take anything away from Folsom. Again, my daughter went through there. She was a top 10 student in that school. It was a wonderful program. But again, I'm going to be a representative of Freehold High School and say, once again, I feel like we've gotten the short end of the stick with 37 students, and there are other classes with that many. But if you could run 12 in a history class, then why aren't you running a physics class for computer science kids? Again, they can't take it any other time because it conflicts. And, again, they didn't even want to put them in with the med side. I had to go in and have a major argument to even get them to consider putting them in the med side class. Same class, same AP task. But again, it just doesn't seem fair that there's 37 in one class, which is way overcrowded, and then 12 in another class in another school. So I would like you to take that into consideration. Again, I don't want to take anything away from those kids. My son went through AP physics, my history, my daughter went through AP history. They're wonderful programs, but I think that we have to be more equitable in what we're doing as, Freehold Borough seems to be, forgotten that this is what's going on. Once again, I think
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Nancy Correa. I live in Howell, but my daughter attends Freehold Township High School. First, I'd like to thank you for reconsidering the busing for the bands. Secondly, I had a question if that includes busing for the local parades. Freehold Township Band performs 2 parades in Freehold Borough. The Spectacular Parade and the Monmouth County Memorial Day Parade. Parade would be a little lame without the bands. It's not a far distance to travel from the schools to the borough, but I think we really do need these bands. This is their community service. This is their giving back to the community. So please consider the parades. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you. I just wanted to follow up on the class size conversation, and I really appreciated what that other parent said, and I want what she wants. I want everybody to get what they deserve and what they need as students. And I think one of the things that we really have to be careful about is class sizes in this district. And we have all these wonderful learning programs, and I think it's great, but we look at some of those, non-public service, Folsom High School, and all those other great programs that we offer, and you look at those class sizes, and they're awesome. They're exactly where they should be for the most part. And then we turn to our honors students and our AP students and our kids who are in academics and our kids who are in English, all of our kids. We need to have some equity here. And I think we're sending a wrong message when we say, oh, well, we can't touch the public service program, or we can't touch this, or we can't touch that. And I applaud the student that went ed and got themselves into a class in school with med-sci students, because I know that would be a really hard battle to fight. But we can't keep doing this. We can't keep saying we're going to protect those kids that are in any of these specialized learning programs, because I think we send a really bad message to the other students, and we don't become a fair and equitable district anymore.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Adam, and first I would like to say, well, I'm the Freehold Township High School marching band, and first I'd like to say thank you from me and Freehold Township High School marching band, and can you please repeat what you restored to the marching band?
We will. Let's get,
All right.
actually, you're gonna be our last, so
Okay.
make the most of it.
Well, I'm not sure if any of you know this, but me and a few other members of the Freehold Township Marching Band did a fundraiser for the marching band. It was an online video game fundraiser that spanned the whole entire Labor Day weekend. We stayed up throughout the weekend playing video games.
Wow.
But it was for a good cause. But we raised over $1,000, and I was just wondering if you guys could do your part in helping the marching band. And also, on top of what, I'm not sure what your name is, but the lady who mentioned the two competitions, were great. But you would also, on top of that, like the regional festival to be brought back into consideration, because a lot of my marching band, my fellow marching band members, they really missed the regional festival. That was an exciting part of the marching band. So, thank you for all that.
Thank you. I suspect the video game acumen from up here is going to be somewhat disappointing, but we are doing our best. Okay. Let's hit the questions. Where do we start?
If it's okay with the board, I'll just hit some of these questions associated with winter track band, all of that. So let me try and pick these off. First of all, here's what was restored. I'll give that to winter track with the spring track coaches as the pot of coaches that we have to work with. And at a building by building level, we'll look at where the interest lies, and it'll probably be two coaches shifting over. So that, and also restoring that to the level that was implemented in the past, with the exception of all sports, the tournaments were pulled back on some. So, as I said earlier, the counties, the short conference, the sectionals, and the states, plus for winter track, 2 others and 1 novice. Okay, so your SECAs and your coaches could probably give a better explanation as to exactly what that means for your school. Band and cheerleaders to attend away games. It is my understanding that that does include the dance teams as well. That was a few questions on that. Band to Memorial Day Parade and Spooktacular is included in this restoration, so I think there were some more questions on that. The District Band Festival has currently not been contemplated, but some of the principals have approached me to look at different ways to do that, so we're going to have that conversation and hopefully put something together to be restored at some level, but I'll need to speak with the principals on that because it's their budgets that will be funding it. Do we have Strauss Esme? Yes, we do use Strauss Esme. That's a service that processes legislation that goes on and puts it in policy form for us and gives school district guidance. It's a service that we belong to. I think I got them all for now. If I could just touch on the activity buses, a couple activity bus questions. And just for the folks out there, when the budget cuts needed to happen, things were happening at a fairly quick timeline. So it was mainly administrative decisions to say we're going to pull back in this area, in this area, in this area, including the activity buses. In the past, we've been able to provide a really accommodating level of service. We're not able to do that anymore. In fact, the initial versions of our budget had the activity buses eliminated in their entirety. But we felt that that only gives parents one option, and that is to pick their child up at school. And we wanted to do a little bit better than that, so we looked at 30 out of 80. We had 80 buses. We went to 30, and to use them as in the best way that we could. And it's not going to be the same level of service for those students that are outside of their attendance area that go to a special program. Those buses service all of the other towns. So logistically, it's difficult to provide the same level of coverage for those students that are outside of their home district and those that are in. If I could recommend bringing that situation to the Finance Committee and then take a closer look at it there and then report back to the board on what they found.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm not sure if I missed any, but I think I got it.
Yeah. Okay.
In regards to class size, I can answer the question that in October, the board members do receive a report of the number of classes that are over 30, under 20, or that fall in between district-wide. So they do receive a report. The class sizes that are running at Colesec High School that are under 12 should not be running under 12. And not that I want to jump on Colesec where you brought that up, but we strongly were sticking with at least 25 was the number that classes would be run. So the report that comes out, the number of class sizes in October, because there is still a lot of movement going on in September of classes and schedules and who's being changed. So I'll look at the two extremes, the low enrollment and the ones that are very high. Not just in Colesec, but throughout the whole district.
Dr. Kay, was there any way we can get that as quickly as possible since it's
Well, I could give a draft report, I could get you that one, but the actual, main report is also one that the association wants by October 15th. So that's when the board members receive it at the same time. That's the official one. But I could give a draft one as soon as possible.
That's actually the official report that goes to the state.
Yes, the state, that's part of the agency. The class sizes in the academies and the learning centers as well, that they are very unique programs at Freehold Regional. They are very expensive programs to run at Freehold Regional, and I don't know the future of these programs depending on what more gets cut. So, it is something that is being looked at each year as, trying to budget the best that we can and have for our students.